What up, pimps? This is the Jack Halford podcast. I think it's episode 42. It's Monday. I know we usually do it on Sundays, but this weekend, just gone, I've been running a lot. I've run about 48 miles. It was part of a challenge called the 4x4x48 challenge, and it was created by David Goggins to sort of test people, and usually people do it to raise money for charity. That's why I did it. The charities were Pasic, which is a charity that helps children with cancer spend more time with their families, and they buy them toys and stuff that they need to just, have a happier time while they can. And also half of the money donated is going to the Brotherhood, which is a men's mental health charity. Community interest company. But it's the biggest men's mental health group in Leicester. They're super sick. They do coffees and chats, free fitness sessions, and I'll probably be doing some art workshops with the lads soon, because a lot of it's all around physical activities, but I think it'll be good if we did more stuff with the soul and just expressing ourselves in a creative way. I think everyone needs that. I think it's an important thing. I think when I don't create, I get down low. So I think that that's main goals this year is to try and get as many people as possible into creativity. Get people creating. Because when you're creating, you're not ruminating. It's pretty good, isn't it? When you're creating, you're not ruminating. What do I want to talk about today? I went for a walk earlier, and I was going to go out for cake, but then I started looking at Rolexes, and I was tired of looking at them, so I went to a different shop and looked at Omega watches, and I like them. I want to get a Seamaster at some point. Probably not the best use of money if you only had that amount of money to spend on something. Wouldn't recommend you spend it on a watch, and I don't think I will either. More inclined to just keep it and invest it in things that can bring about more wealth on a regular basis. Start a business. This is a business that I've got here, an art business, and the workshops too. Very good way to make money as an artist. But yeah, cool to buy shit though. Fun, momentary pleasure. But I wear watches every day. I just think they're the best thing in the world. Especially automatic watches. You don't need to put a battery in them. They're just always going if you keep them on. They're just, no battery needed. And I want a better one so that I don't have to be afraid of wearing it all the time. Like I can wear it in the shower, wear it, go swimming, whatever. Can't with this. It's a vintage one. It's not really waterproof. Yeah. Very cool things. Japanese. But yeah, it'd be cool to have a Swiss one. An Omega. Cool movement. Watches, cars, cigars. I like things that men are interested in. I've got the fucking Chesterfield chair here. Things that we're supposed to be interested in. I think I am. Whiskey. But I don't do too much of the cigars, whiskey and beers and stuff like that no more, because they're focusing on health. I don't think they're that good for your health. Every now and then, brill. Probably get some cigars in once I've got a bit more of the P. So we're going to get that by completing the next book, which I'm trying to get out now. Hard to get it out because I've not been focusing on it I've been working too hard trying to do other jobs, but then I've realised that's a load of bollocks. I swore that off years ago. I was like, I'm never going to do that. And I fucking started doing it. I need to keep it in the industry, in the arts industry, and I prefer just doing stuff myself and earning money that way. I don't like working for people, even if I'm self-employed. I don't like doing it. Creating my own things from my own head and then selling that. That's what I like to do. Yeah. Anyway, watches. Very cool. Things, objects. But what we must learn is that we don't need a lot to get by. We advertise things all the time on these devices we're on, and we don't really need all these things, all this shit that we're sold. All we need is a set of clothes, shelter, water, food, and real necessities. What do I even want to watch? What is this like? Ooh, this, I've already got one. Why do I need another one? Status, wealth. Why do I need the better thing? If this is still working, I don't really need another one. If something's working, why replace? Why not just keep it going? It's a good attitude to have. I think it's an attitude that more people should have. The most environmentally friendly car that you can own is a second-hand one. It's not an electric one. If one already exists, that's the most environmentally friendly one. If you continue to make more new things, we're damaging the planet. So that's why you get environmentalists driving those stupid fucking Citroen CV2 things that don't have very much good mileage to the gallon, because it's a second-hand car, which means it's automatically better for the environment. It might spurt out more pollution out the back of it, but I reckon more emissions are made by creating new vehicles than they are by just filling an old one up with petrol and driving it. So I want to get a truck. I'll get a second-hand truck because it's more environmentally friendly than getting a Tesla because they're new. It's my opinion. But renewable energy is obviously, you need to invest in that, and we should be. Well, I like a wood burner though. They're quite cosy and nice, aren't they? I think wood's not a fossil fuel though, is it? It's a regenerative thing. You can grow more of it, so it's not that bad. Plant loads of trees, burn the trees, make stuff out of the trees, plant more trees, keeps going over and over again. It's fine. Oil, harder to make. That takes millions of years, I think, to make oil. The type we use to fuel our cars. But maybe we could speed up the process somehow, or go to other planets to try and find more oil. Who knows? Can you tell I'm tired from all of the running I've been doing? I think all the breathing has made my throat a bit dry. I'm going to book an ultra marathon and do a real event this year. So I'm going to do that. I'm just looking for the right one. I think it would be good to do it for some kind of charity, but also I feel like just doing it for the fun of it. I mean, it's not that fun, but just doing it just because is a great reason to do stuff. I like just doing stuff because that's why I do art. I just do it because there's a meaning, but the motivation. I want to do it because I want to do it. I don't want to do it to impress anyone. I don't want to do it to get money. I just get up and I just do it because I've got an idea and I want to get it out and get it done. It's a good reason to just exercise. You just do it because you enjoy the process and then of doing it, of the process of getting a little bit better every week. So, yeah. And also, if I had a date for an ultra marathon, I could actually train properly. I didn't really train for this 48-mile thing I did on the week. It's just been running a lot, and yeah, I don't think you really need to train that much. If you can run a marathon, you could probably run an ultra marathon. I think anyone can run a marathon, to be honest. It's only 26 miles. It's not that far. You just walk some of it. Piss. It's not that easy, but it's not that hard either. You know, it's not. People think they can't do things, but they can. They can. It's making excuses. Tomorrow I've got a plan. I'm going to go and get a new passport. I think I want to do something exciting. Yeah, I'm just going to fuck off somewhere for a few days, I think. So let's get a passport, fuck off, go somewhere on my own probably. Fuck off somewhere. I'm just writing it down now. Fuck off somewhere. Yeah, that'll be good. It's the best thing for your head sometimes, is just to fuck off somewhere. Just have a good look at the body of water, and you don't really have any aims, just walk and take it all in. Something new surroundings, nature. Maybe I'll go for a big run around Europe or bicycle ride or something. I don't know. I also quite like to run around the coast or bicycle around the coast. I think running around would be quite good, but then I'm like, how do I ferry all my stuff about with me as well? So I think bike packing is probably a better idea, unless I had some kind of team with me. But you could be geeky about packing light and have like a vest with t-shirts and underwear in it, and then just wash it overnight. So it'd be good to do it in the summer, I suppose, so that you could do that. Yeah. Instead of thinking, I need to get a new job, I'm just like, what interesting things can I do? Because I know that we're all going to fucking die one day, so why not just do all these interesting things while I can? And then when I lose a leg or something in a weird shark attack, then maybe I'll think about getting a job and giving up. But I don't think I will right now. I think it's more interesting just to fucking go and do stuff. Yeah. I mean, why not? The more I do stuff, the more inspiration I'll have for writing. The more of a cool story I'll have to tell. Yeah. And I'm going to meet people doing that as well. Why did you want to go and run around the... Because I did. I can't be asked sitting around doing nothing. Like, I get pissed off. I've been doing that all day. Thinking, what am I doing today? This is what I'm doing today. I'm recording this. But I've been putting it off all day because the parking on the car keeps running out. And I'm like, but now, it's 3 after 6. Very interesting. So interesting. But anyway, if you're stuck, go for a walk, and then sometimes that helps the creative process, because it doesn't take much to walk, but when you're walking you can let your mind wander a bit, and you're doing something kind of productive. You're walking around and you're seeing things that can give you ideas. So I think it's better to be walking around a city or in the countryside when you're stuck for ideas, instead of just sitting about in an environment that you're used to, because you're not really going to see anything new there, and you're not going to get any new ideas. So yeah, I'll probably have some cake later on. Bakewell tart with custard. People, are we free? Are we free? That's a good question, isn't it? Are we free? What is freedom? I've talked about how I think discipline can make us more free before, but I think God, what is freedom? What is it? And I think each of us has our own definition of what that means. Like, some people think freedom is the ability to do whatever they want whenever they want. But if you could do that, then it wouldn't have as much meaning or feel as valuable, would it? I don't think. I think earning it is important. Not by necessarily working for someone else, but just by having to work for something. Like with the running, it's easier to run a marathon after you've trained for 3 or 4 months, running every week consistently. You enjoy that more, having trained. You can enjoy it more. You can enjoy the process, the journey of it more. So maybe that's what freedom is. Putting in hard work so that you can actually enjoy something when you come to do it. Freedom. Having autonomy over oneself, one's body. What you can put in it, what you don't want to put in it, you don't have to put in it. That's a right. That's a human right, I think. That's part of freedom. Being able to express yourself, not being scared to express yourself because of what others might think. If you let other people dictate what you can and can't say, even if you're just scared of other people's reactions, then you're not really truly free. And that's something that we can fix ourselves. We can just say, I don't give a shit. I'll say whatever the fuck I want. And try and be like that more. So that's part of freedom. Speech. That's a big one. Speech, autonomy. I'm going to say autonomy. I'm talking about being able to go where you want. So location, and also bodily autonomy, which is being able to decide what goes in your own body. I think that's important. So location and bodily autonomy, freedom of speech, these should all be human rights. We don't want people dictating to us what we can put in our bodies and where we can go. I want to be able to go wherever I want, whenever I want, if I want to. So running's good, because if you've got legs you can just go wherever you want. We don't, but we can. So to use our legs is to not take them for granted, I suppose. That's running as part of my art practice, because I'm actively using myself to see the world, to be in the world. I don't know. It's definitely part of it though. Art practice. If you're not using it, you're losing it. If you're not using it, you're losing it. Which is true for your body, not exercising it, but also true for rights. If you don't use your rights, then they might get taken away. If you don't actively go out and say what's on your mind and protest, then that might be taken away. So if you go out and do it, that's probably a good thing. To exercise freedom is important. Exercise freedom. Being polite. Politeness is good, but also fuck 'em. Freedom. Maybe freedom's different for everyone. I don't know. Let's look up the definition of freedom. Freedom meaning the power or right to act, speak, or think as one wants. The state of not being imprisoned or enslaved. The state of being unrestricted and able to move easily. Unrestricted use of something. The state of not being subject to or affected by something. The quality of state of being free, such as the absence of necessity, coercion, or constraint. Liberation from slavery or from the power of another. Boldness of conception or execution. Freedom of expression. Being able to exercise that. So I think freedom, without that, you're not going to feel right in the head. Because we all want to exercise our free will. But if we feel like we can't, then we're constrained. We're not able to fully be ourselves if we are not free to express ourselves how we want. Yeah, it's something everyone should be thinking about. Are you free? And how can I be more free? Is there things in my life that I can change to be more free? Because I think that will make everyone happier. What changes can one make to be more free? Now, for one, I think not being tied down by your possessions is pretty good. That doesn't mean owning things is bad, but to me, owning too many things isn't the best, because I mean, it's harder to just get up and go whenever you want. You're going to leave a big footprint. So I'm going to try and get rid of stuff. I've been trying to get rid of stuff for ages, selling all my shit, not being tied down by objects. Selling things. How can we be more free? Exercising. The more you exercise, the more mobility you should have. You're going to be able to. It's going to be easier to do things, basically. Physically, but also exercising expression. Exercising expression. More often. Quit anything that restricts your ability to be yourself, I would say. Yeah, fuck everything that restricts your ability to be yourself. If you can't be yourself, I'm not talking about not being able to swear and stuff, because if you're working in a school or something and you're like, oh, I can't be myself because I can't swear. Nothing to do with yourself, is it? Not being able to swear. I just don't want to do that around kids. But I'm more talking about having to hide who you truly are. That's not very good. So yeah, quit inauthentic something or others. Inauthentic dummies. Inauthentic dummies. Yeah. Travel. Travel and meet new people. And the more you do that, I think the more you'll see that there's so many different ways to live, and there's not just one way to live. You could move quite easily to another country and just live there and just chill out. It should be a bit more chilled out, cheaper, maybe better quality of life, who knows. Yes. How can you be more free? Discipline will make you free. You're going to have more time if you're disciplined and you have a better schedule. If you waste time sitting around in bed and doing fuck all most mornings, and at night you're just fucking about, then you're not really making good use of your life. Especially if you have a job and you're doing that, and you don't have any, you're not really doing anything. What's the fucking point? You're not doing anything. So fuck that. Fuck that. Yeah. Yep. I don't care what other people think. Don't care what other people think. How very interesting. Oh. Freedom. Urgh. Rest. Oh, God. So, not being tied down by your possessions, so that you can do whatever you want, go wherever you want. You don't have to worry about leaving a big footprint behind. Exercising physically, so that you have more mobility and you're not feeling sluggish and you're just stronger and fitter. You can just do things without getting out of breath. You have more freedom then. Exercising expression is good. You get better at expressing yourself. You get better able to communicate how you're feeling in yourself and how you're feeling about being around other people, political events, whatever. The more you exercise expression, the better you'll be at expression. Simple. Just practice. Quit inauthentic dummies. Quit being around inauthentic people and doing things that restrict your ability to be your authentic self. Travel and meet new people to get a better view of the world and how the world is and how many different possibilities there are. And yeah, you could do anything. Don't care what other people think. Yeah, don't do that. And rest. What else? What else can make you more free? Having an income. You need an income. You need an income that isn't necessarily reliant on you constantly being at a desk or turning up to a job. So having some kind of automatic thing. So investing and saving from whatever it is you do to get income will make you more free. For instance, if you had investments in, I don't know, I've got investments in 5 different stocks in the minute in my portfolio. There's only 5 stocks, not many, because a lot of people, they have more than that. But if I put £5 a day, which I do, in for 6 years, apparently, with or reinvest in the dividends in it, only £5 a day, I should have about, I don't know, 20 grand, 21 grand after 6 years. And after that, it just go up and up and up and up and up and up and up. Once you hit like 1 million, it should probably take about 20 years if I'm only doing £5 a day. Then it goes up exponentially faster. Once you've got a milli in that investment fund, it just goes up and up and up, because the dividends that you're reinvesting in those stocks are bigger and bigger and bigger. So that's when the growth really starts to happen. So yeah, invest, but don't just be totally just focused on investing, because you have to have money to put in to that in the first place. So if you could somehow maximize income, minimize outgoings, and remember, the more things you own, not only are they keeping you where you are, grounding you in a place, but they are also depreciating in value. So minimizing depreciating assets is probably a good move. People are often scared to invest in things that they can use as tools and invest in like business ideas, but then we'll quite easily be swayed to go out for something to eat, or buy a cake, or a lot of people have bad habits, they smoke, and all that money we could be spending on materials that we could use to make new things to sell for a lot more, to make profit, to then reinvest, and then the growth happens, and then before you know it, bang. So yeah, I'm doing it slowly. Investments and savings and business will make you free. Very boring things will make you free. It's the things that are very flashy and glittery that will not make you free and will make you more constrained. You will get diseases if you sleep around a lot. That's not freedom, is it? If you've got a disease, you will get a disease if you drink too much. You will get lung cancer if you smoke. You will get really fat if you don't exercise. You will get dumber and dumber if you do not read. You will get depressed if you do not express yourself. You will lose yourself and want to commit suicide if you hang around people that are inauthentic and make you into an inauthentic person. If you don't travel and meet new people, then you will become afraid of the other, and then you will isolate and you will be less free. All of these things make sense. You're only going to look at old people when they retire, when they're just stuck inside a living room watching the television, and that's like the main voice, the main, communication they have with the world outside themselves is television. And it's like this curation of odd things, and that's the world to them. It's not the fucking world, is it? Go outside. If you want to be free, go outside. Go outside. Apply for things and just do things, and quit things if you don't enjoy them, and then do other things. Easy. Nothing's that deep. We're all just gonna fucking die. Nothing's that deep. You're just gonna say, well. So when something bad happens, very often I just scrape something, I hit my head, I just go, brilliant. Carry on. Oh well. Freedom. Freedom is not getting wound up easily. That's what freedom is. Freedom, freedom, freedom. Yep, so this week I was thinking about freedom, and maybe next week I'll come back after doing a bit of homework, maybe some exercises, and think, how can we be even more free? Yeah. Think about some of the things I've said. Try to implement some of the things in your own life, and 5 years, 10 years, you'll be in a better place than you are now. Doesn't happen overnight. 2018 I started getting in shape, and now in better shape. And I've got a degree. I didn't have a degree. I didn't really have a lot going for me, but 6 years down the line, now I do. So there you go, 6 years. So the investments in 6 years will pay off. Probably won't take them out, keep them going. Yeah, do lots of very, very boring things. That's what freedom looks like. Remember that. Freedom is beige. Freedom is beige. It is not glittery. It is not pretty. And it has a lot of blood and dirt and shit all over it. Yeah. Bye bye.